couple of questions came in here that take a little different angle than some of the things we've been talking about. One is on DE&I and how companies are considering that as a factor in approaching flexibility. So the comment is, we know that multicultural employees find it harder to break into current networks, even pre-COVID in a co-located environment. But we're also hearing from more multicultural employees who want to work remotely full-time because they want to live in coastal areas with more diverse communities. Anything come up there?
That's specific. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say same thing, not specifically. Again, I do think the, not to keep lumping more stuff onto the role of the leader, but I do think this is where, having mentors within the organization, having those leaders help to make sure they're making those introductions and helping, and this goes to new employees to the organization. It goes to old employees who may have been struggling to find those networks of, making sure we've created those mentoring networks, making sure we've got leaders who are prepared to have those conversations and bring forward diverse slates for jobs that are open. I think a lot of what we need to do is stuff we've done before, and probably just make sure we're keeping our focus on that. But I also do think this challenge of being fully remote is a big one, because I do think most companies coming out of this are not going to be set up still for fully remote workers to excel in careers inside organizations in terms of successful upward mobility, because at some point, there's still expectations of people being in the office. That I do think a lot of the relationships that get built are because they're in person and get to bump into people, meet them for coffee. I mean, we can do some of that through Zoom, but having a Zoom coffee conversation to me is still different from being in person and having that. So I think there's challenges to how do you manage fully remote work so that those people have a chance to excel successfully up career ladders.
Just, maybe on the more positive side, I did hear a number of participants in some of the work groups talk about how more flexibility or remote work options may allow them to diversify their workforces, particularly in areas where they might have plants or locations that are not very diverse communities, right? They've maybe really struggled to recruit and hire diverse talent in those communities, as opposed to having to, relocate. This maybe allows them to broaden their kind of talent pools, right? If they're going to tap into some of these remote work arrangements. So I think that's maybe the flip side on the, DE&I issue.
Okay, great.